I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves. And the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them sponsor my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just throw a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies, and one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. Got to give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. Today we have a very, very special guest in my kitchen, Monique Powell. Thank you for being here.
Hi, it's wonderful to be here.
I was trying to think when we met, probably in the Warped Tour. It had to be something like that. Many years ago.
Yeah.
There was so many Warped Tours.
Like maybe 98 or something.
Warped Tours was so crucial to like everything. Even if it was so annoying and stressful back then.
Yeah.
Like just playing at 10 in the morning or just not knowing your schedule. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, so many people on those tours.
I think like Warped Tour like 98. I think I remember ending up on your van going to New York with you guys.
Really?
Yeah, with Eric. Yeah.
Oh my God.
And we were like, we had done some
hobos.
We had done some things.
Okay. You guys had to escape into the van.
We had done some things, and we were like, "Can we get a ride?"
Yeah, I ended up on a Rancid bus once too because our van broke down, and then we all like split up. The whole band split up. It was kind of weird.
Yeah.
And some with Kevin Lyman, some with Rancid. It was just kind of hobos on the Warped Tour.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
It's a crazy time right now in California, man. We've been texting and talking about it, and it's a crazy time living here.
It is. It's a crazy time. I mean, it's hard to accept that the entire landscape of like my hometown is going to be very different now.
Yeah.
From now on.
I was thinking that too, how lucky I am where I live and not being affected by it, but then realizing that there's a whole other half of Los Angeles is totally gone.
Yeah.
And that kind of guilt and trying to help everybody we can, and that it's still scary because they're still happening, and it could still continue to happen in the future, but it's where we live too, and I love California so much. I've been here for 24 years now.
Yeah.
It's my home.
Wow. It is your home.
And I am East Coast, but I'll never move on the East Coast. We were just talking about upstate New York, how beautiful it is. Mm-hmm. It's nice to visit, like, especially during the holidays.
Yeah. Well, the winters, I'm sure, are very hard for people who have to live in it.
I know.
Yeah.
It is beautiful, though, the seasons.
I mean, the first time I was in upstate New York to visit my friend Abby, I remember seeing the leaves and seeing the mountains, and it was like the first time, because I'm from a Southern California girl, It's the first time I ever saw anything like that. I remember crying. It was so beautiful.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I was so moved by it.
I noticed more in the fall. Like I'm always looking for like leaves on the ground and stuff, and some sort of sign of the fall. You know what I mean? Because Christmas will forever be weird out here to me. You know what I mean? It's hot and sunny. You have a tree up. I don't know. It's just hard to get the spirit.
Yeah. It's hard to get in the spirit. Yeah. We're blessed with like one season all year round here.
I know.
You know?
I feel like living here right now too. I have so much love and pride of being like a Angelino. Do you know what I mean? Living here right now during all this and seeing the unity and the community of everybody helping each other, It's really beautiful.
It is really beautiful. I pray that, that we can get through the next few years.
Yeah.
Without any really major catastrophes.
Like this, I know.
Yeah. Like
besides
anything else.
Yeah.
No more.
How are you besides this? How are you doing before this? Before the fires? How's life been for you? How's life in the OC?
Life's been weird in the OC. It's been weird moving back there because for me, like...
Oh, you were gone for a while out of there?
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I'm originally, like I said, I'm originally from LA. Yeah. And then we moved to Orange County for some years. And, but then I moved to LA in like 98, 99. Okay. And lived most of my life out here, more of my life in Los Angeles than anywhere else. And I moved to England for a little while.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What brought you out there?
I just wanted to live out there, and like, I don't know, COVID happened and...
Oh, it was around that time?
It was around that time.
Oh, wow.
So I was thinking about it prior to COVID, and then COVID happened. I'm like, oh, it's a sign. Like, you know what? I got no work going on. I have nothing going on. I'm going to go overseas, and I'm going to move to Birmingham, and I'm going to write a record. And instead, I became a complete alcoholic.
No way. You went to Peaky Blinders land?
I did. I went to Peaky Blinders land. Dude, I loved it there.
Oh, you went there solo?
Well, I did have a partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you know anybody there?
I did know some people there. Yeah.
That is a gangster ass move, man. Wow.
Dude, that place is dope.
Wow.
I love it there. Don't tell anybody about it though, because I might be moving back soon.
It's a secret spot.
It's my secret spot.
Do you like Peaky Blinders?
Loved Peaky Blinders.
Oh my God, I need subtitles for that show.
I had to watch it subtitles. I mean, even living in Birmingham, I had to have subtitles on just to ride in the Uber. Just excuse me.
So you just went there, just left LA and went there to write a record?
Yeah, my friends packed up my. I went there.
What year was that? 2020?
No, that was like really so we shut down. So I was already going back and forth there a lot prior to that. And then we shut down like March 15th, something like that.
Yeah, you're right.
So like March 15th of
2019, right?
2019. Yes. Yeah, 2019. Yeah. And so I left right after that.
Wow, man. That's a crazy move. Was it on lockdown there or was it more chilled out there?
The real serious lockdown happened soon after I got there. So a couple months after we locked down here. That was when they shut down the pubs and people fucking freaked out.
Yeah, when the pubs go out there, bro, I'm sure.
Dude. Everybody was like, we're going to be okay. Everything's fine. And then they shut down the pubs and they were just like, fuck.
Because people need a place to get to. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow,
people
man.
Fucking, that was when the Depression started. And at that point that, the Prime Minister and all of the statesly people in the UK were like, we need to do something about this lockdown. Like, we can't have people not going to the pubs because we're going to have a nationwide crisis of depression. Damn, literally.
That's really crazy.
Yeah.
So did you work on any music while you were there?
No, I didn't do shit.
Damn. And were you a person who drank before you moved there?
Yeah, I mean, I did. Yeah, I drank quite a bit before I moved there. I drank a lot.
But then you're just
shitload.
like pubs everywhere. You're freaking.
Oh no! And then when we locked down, I was like just whiskey, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Wow.
I was like whiskey lady.
And how long are you there for?
A couple years.
So you got nothing down there, just drinking. How are you surviving? Did you have money saved up or something?
Yeah, I was money saved up, and I had two lion-headed dwarf bunny rabbits named Kevin and Basil, who I trained. They were indoor house rabbits.
These are lion-headed dwarf, you said rabbits?
Yeah, bunny rabbits.
I never even heard of that before.
They're really cute. I'll show you some video. You're going to die with their cuteness.
I never even heard there was such a thing. That's amazing.
Trained them to do tricks and stuff.
Dude, what a crazy little part of your life.
It made me so happy. I would just we would have like illegal parties at the house, and I would make nachos.
Legal lockdown parties?
The legal lockdown parties. And I would just make nachos, and everybody would be freaked out. Like, what's a nacho? And I'd make nachos and drink whiskey. And
so a couple years you're there.
Yell at my boyfriend for drinking my whiskey. You finished my whiskey, you fucker.
Did you both come back together or just?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. Okay.
I left that shit behind me.
So he was left there. You took your rabbits and you bounced and came back to Cali.
Oh no, my bunnies, they had to be rehomed. Unfortunately, I wouldn't have been able to bring them. I cry for them still sometimes. I miss them a lot.
They were like you needed them during that time.
Dude, they were so cute. I miss them.
Wow, man. So what made you leave? You're done with that life?
Well, I knew that I was not doing well. And I knew that if I remained in that relationship, one or both of us were going to die.
Jeez, man. Where was he from? Here?
From there.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, he's used to that lifestyle, like the pubs, all that stuff, and just...
Well, he was, I mean,
How did you meet him over there?
I met him when I was touring.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So the whole thing was just I just knew it. And so then when I came back here to do some work, whatever, because I got a little bit of work when everything started opening up again.
Yeah.
Just saw my mom wasn't doing so great, and I just thought, I can't do this to my family.
Yeah.
So I moved back, and then I got sober, and then
amazing.
Yeah. So I have almost 3 years now.
Congrats. That's
Thanks.
awesome.
So I moved back. I got sober.
You have a big family?
On my mom's side, my Moroccan family, they're all here right around where we are right now. They all live right around here.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
I'm close with my cousins and everybody. We were raised very, very tight. But my immediate family is just my sister and I.
Yeah.
And so I came home, got sober, repaired my relationship with my mom, took care of my mom for like 8 months, even though she seemed fine. And then one day she just died.
Wow. How old was she?
She was 70. No, she just turned 80.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
That's crazy. So you definitely were out there for a reason, and then you came back for a reason. It's just everything was just.
Yeah.
You had to get away and just maybe go through that experience.
It was so weird because she was like seemingly okay. So it was like the 8 months that I spent here just repairing this relationship with this woman that like I had so many problems with my whole life. Those 8 months were like such a gift. I can't even describe.
I'm sure she appreciated it
of me like being sober and then just like, you know, showing up for my mom and being like
absolutely present for her. Yeah.
Just present. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had, you know, some dementia issues. And so it was like, I'm just showing up to clean the house today. I'm just showing up to hang out and watch Grace and Frankie with you today. Same episode over and over again.
Nice. That's beautiful. You had those 8 months. That's beautiful though.
Yeah.
You got to have that with her.
Yeah. It was a gift. I think I had, you know, I'm grateful I had some sort of foresight. Foresight?
Yeah, foresight. Yeah.
Foresight.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Were you like so you guys weren't tight growing up?
No.
Were your parents together for a long time?
My parents were always together.
Okay.
Forever, for like 50 years.
So they were together when she passed?
My dad had already passed some years before.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So it was just me and my sis.
Wow. So they were together for a long time and love, all that's beautiful. Yeah.
But my mom and I had a very strained relationship, and you know she had her own issues that she was dealing with, and
Were you a crazy kid growing up, like a wild kid?
No, I was a good kid. I just never got caught for the other stuff. I mean, I may have been crazy. Like I may have been crazy, you know, but nobody caught me for it. So
you were good in school, like a good student, and
no, I was a terrible student.
Damn.
I think I may have some learning disabilities, or I think that, you know, the situation in my house growing up was just so chaotic and troublesome. I think dealing with these issues I was talking about with my mom, mostly like emotional stuff.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You want some water? You good?
No, I'm good.
Plenty of liquid death for you.
It's just the air quality is little.
It is pretty. Yeah, you feeling it up here?
Yeah, my nose won't stop running.
Because you know what's crazy on the phone? It says like good. It says moderate. I don't know what's real on these online with the weather shit.
I mean, they don't have like a gauge for asbestos.
It's true.
Yet, I guess.
So growing up for you in Orange County.
Yeah. So I had a strain. So yeah. So it was hard. So I think that like the result of me not being in a very, I mean, I know my parents loved me, but it was, you know, really difficult, the situation I grew up in.
Were you tight with your sister growing up?
Yeah, but she's like 11 years older than me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So like she left when I was 8 and she moved overseas.
Damn. Okay.
To be a model. And so.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, yeah.
I feel like the story is going towards you found punk rock and ska and stuff like that. It kind of saved your life and got a new family for you.
Yeah, it kind of did. Yeah. I mean, my sister's musical influence was everything. I was like,
okay,
you know, like OC punk and like ska and all that.
She got you into it?
Specials. Yeah. Oh, yeah. British ska and OC punk.
Yeah. So you got into that when you were young?
Yeah, I was really young.
Started going to shows in high school and stuff, or?
So I started going mostly to like ska shows, maybe 1993, maybe.
Was some of the first shows you're going to?
Yeah, probably the first show. I mean, the first show I ever went to was like the Go-Go's at Irvine Meadows.
Oh, that's sick. That's
like
a great
9.
one.
Yeah.
That's sick. Wow.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. What did you want to do? How were you in school? Did you have a goals? What did you want to do when you graduated? Like, would you have any focus on what you wanted to do?
Well, I started studying opera when I was 11 years old.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was pretty serious about it. I mean, that was my expectation, but I just loved singing opera. It was really like a departure from, it helped me really process a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Therapeutic, yeah.
It was very therapeutic. And so I studied that all through high school. I went to performing arts high school. And then I was going to college and I was studying music performance. I was studying opera in college. And
you want to be an opera singer?
I was going to be an opera singer, but you know, the problem was that like when I was accepted into the music performance program at Cal State Fullerton.
That's cool.
I just realized how much of a like deviant I was. Like I was like the youngest person in my department.
Wow.
I was 17 when I got in there.
Wow.
And I was just like, I was just told, my voice teachers were just give me a lot of shit all the time. Like, you don't practice enough. You don't
It's serious singing, man. It's like, I was just thinking, like, what kind of career do people have in opera? How does it even work? Because I know music and bands and what we do is different, but being an opera singer, that's a whole different world.
Yeah, it was a trip.
Like how far you can go with that, where you go with that when you start performing, where do you perform at? I don't know.
Yeah, well, you mostly, so I did a lot of competing throughout high school.
Like traveling around and stuff?
I did some traveling for some competitions, but mostly here in Southern California. And you kind of compete when you're younger and you win awards and stuff like that. And then you go to college and then you just start auditioning. You just start doing bunches and bunches of auditions. Yeah.
Did people know you for that? Like being in opera, like your name was out there in that world?
Not really.
You were super young. Yeah.
I was young. And I think for my age, maybe I was pretty good for my age. Mm-hmm. But man, like I had a long way to go.
Yeah.
And I just didn't have the same sort of like one directional like motivation that everybody else had, because I listened to different music.
Yeah.
I was influenced by different artists. Yeah. I enjoyed hanging out with different crowds of people. I went to shows on the weekends and shows during the week.
You had a life besides that.
I had a life. Yeah, I was going to like a lot of punk and ska shows and stuff when I was in college, and it just wasn't. I just realized it wasn't.
It wasn't in you to do. Yeah.
And so then when all my friends were getting into bands, they were just like, "Why don't you sing in my band?" I'm like, "Huh. Maybe I'll do that."
It's way different than the opera. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I was just like full on listening to like punk and ska at that point.
Yeah.
And there was this Orange County scene just sort of exploding.
Was No Doubt out then too?
Yeah. No Doubt was out. Sublime.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Those are the big ones.
We were like, so they were already like doing their thing. They weren't on the radio yet or anything like that, but, they were playing around.
Did you stop going to school for that? Obviously, you went to college and stuff. You just drop out or whatever, or no?
Yeah. So my second year, I just thought, I can't do this, and I can't be like wasting my parents' money and wasting people's time, and so I got a job.
Nice.
And
were they bummed that you weren't doing opera no more?
I think they were bummed, but
supported you?
I think so. I don't know. Yeah, I think so. I think they tried. I think they did the best they could, Yeah. My dad was always very supportive of me singing. He just wanted me to sing. That's all.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Really, they were supportive.
What job did you get?
I worked in a flower shop.
Nice.
For a while. I really enjoyed that. And then I worked for the Laguna Art Museum.
Oh, nice.
For a while. Yeah, and they're like in their like retail shop. And that was pretty fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then when does Save Ferris come? Like how does that happen for you? Is that the first band you actually joined?
No. No, I was in it was an all-girl ska band called the Shanties. Sick. I was in like some other bands, and then I was in a band called Larry.
Larry?
Yeah.
Such a random name.
We were a random band.
I love that name. That's so crazy. I never heard that before.
We
for
were
a band name.
So random. We were great.
It was ska band?
No.
Okay. Punk or something?
Ish.
Is there recordings?
But we just played with all those bands.
Is there recordings of it?
Somewhere.
That'd be sick.
I was just texting with those guys. Like we still have a group text all these years later.
Oh, that's so cool. Like the Larry group text.
Like since like 1993.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're doing so you started playing shows with other bands and singing that type of music and stepping away from opera. Yeah, it was interesting. It was like Did you enjoy it? Is what's so different than singing opera, obviously, because you're...
Well, it's one thing to be a fan, you know, and I was really a fan. And like I said, all my friends were in bands at that point already because of that scene. I was somehow just inserted into the middle of that scene. But it was weird to like be a singer because I was such a fan.
Yeah.
So I thought, if I'm going to do this, you got to
kill it.
I got to kill it.
Because you love it. Yeah, I love the genre and everything.
Because I love it, and also I know what it's like to be down there, you know, in the audience and stuff, and I want it to be good.
It's true.
And so, yeah, it was this scene where, like, nobody really took anything seriously at all, really. I mean, yeah, no, we didn't take shit seriously.
But even then, you probably just like playing the band. Are you really thinking about like, I want to try to do this for a living? This is what I want to do.
Well, that was me. I mean, at that point, I was like, I had already been singing for a number of years, very seriously.
Totally.
You know, and so
real adult singing.
And opera. And I was, you know, I didn't have anything else to fall back on. Like that's all I had, and you know, if I couldn't. I didn't really have anywhere to live, and I just, you know, like You
moved out by then?
Oh yeah, I had to. Okay. I had to leave.
How old were you when you moved out?
I was probably 16, 17. Wow. Yeah, maybe about that. Yeah. So I left, and I just, you know, my situation was sort of like I couldn't go back home because of that situation, and I was like, I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. Like, I got to figure this out.
Survival mode, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a gift in of itself. And so for me, I was kind of serious about it. And I think, so then when Save Ferris came along, I was like, hey, like, you know, it was this band that these guys were starting. And I was like, cool, like, I'll do this with you, but.
They had the name already?
They have the name already. Okay. And I was like, it's cool, I'll do this with you, but I gotta manage the band, and because I already knew everybody in the scene at that point.
Damn, you took over, yeah.
And you know, my like Larry was doing well, and we knew everybody, and like, you know, it was cool. It was like, so it's like, you know, I really want to manage this band. I want to help us like actually do something. So that's why I think Save Ferris moved as quickly as it did. You know,
it moved pretty fast.
Yeah, and I also think that's why, you know, I'm probably generally disliked in that scene.
Really?
I think so.
Why? Because of your success?
I don't know about that. I mean, it's not like I was ever that cutthroat. I remember I just wanted everybody to like me, but like, but I also, you know, was sort of female in like a sea of dudes that were kind of immature, like really immature and very young, and some of them just didn't like the idea of.
They're probably intimidated by you too, for sure.
Maybe.
Just a strong woman coming in and taking over and just like boss lady, and I'm going to manage the band and we're going to do it. But it worked though.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I mean, like I was in the band like, I don't know, not very long.
Before for the record deal, before that happened?
Yeah.
Damn. So. Like how many years were you guys playing before that?
Years?
Not even?
Not even. I don't even think.
Damn.
I mean, was it years? I don't know. I don't
recall.
Epic
Records, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't have been 2 years.
That's crazy. Like
you know
a handful of shows or something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. I can't even think of it being like 2 years.
Wow.
So.
That is fast though.
And we put an EP out quick, and yeah, so.
It's crazy. And it just took off?
And my sister helped finance the EP.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You paid her back, obviously.
I can't remember if we paid her back. I don't think we did. I don't know.
What an awesome sister.
Maybe we did.
Sick.
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was doing all right.
But the first record's on Epic Records?
So we released the EP independently, and then we put out full length on 2 records on.
It means everything.
Epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
And then there's another single too, The World Is New. And then also Come On Eileen too, which blew up too. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So was there a single before that or they pushed that first?
Well, there were other singles that we were like, yeah, why don't we push this song instead, like Super Spy or Goodbye or like whatever, but they like Come On Eileen, and I like Come On Eileen too. It's my choice. Like, yeah. I was like, we should cover this song because I like that song, and coincidentally, Dexys was from Birmingham as well.
Whoa, wow.
I know, freak. Oh,
did you know that?
I didn't know. I did not.
Wow, that's crazy.
I swear to God, I didn't know that before.
Dexy Midnight Runners.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Weird, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm so close to the mic now.
It's okay. You can pull it back if you want.
Is it better? Okay.
So things are going good, and then the record, whatever the EP comes out, all that, Come On Eileen, and it just kind of just takes off? Like your shows change, everything changes with that song, or no?
No, everything changed.
Overnight, everything kind of, so
Overnight.
It's getting radio, video play.
Yeah. Because we had the full support of Epic.
Damn, it's crazy.
Because like the head of A&R signed us.
Yeah.
David Massey signed us, and like we were
David Massey. Oh my God.
Do you know David Massey?
I remember that name because he was in the bidding war with Rancid.com the Wolves. I think that was him.
Oh, that's funny.
I think that was him. Yeah, because it's Epic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. British guy.
He's a legend, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all right.
Damn. So your first records are on a major, and you have a hit song. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy. I don't think we were prepared for any of it, and I think that I was still young. Like, was I 20 even?
Wow.
Yet? Was I even 20? Was I 19 maybe?
Damn.
Like, how old was I when that happened?
So then you start really touring too, I'm sure.
Then we start really touring, and we did not get off the road for years.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Same lineup and everything? Yeah.
No. Actually, no.
Okay.
The lineup did change.
Because when something happens that fast, you realize like who's down for the long haul and who isn't, who can stand, who can hang,
Yeah.
Especially you go on tour and it's like kind of grueling and shit. Were you guys in the bus at first or in the van?
Van.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Toured in a van for the first couple years.
Yeah, dude. I love going into a bus after a van though. It's so insane.
It was insane, but then,
You get spoiled.
But then you can never go back to, a van.
It's like going to business class.
Dude, it's like, what in God's name is happening?
You get to lay down and sleep, wake up at the venues.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
I still love a hotel, though.
Yeah, I do, too.
Oh, yeah.
Your own room and stuff, just chilling. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I like that.
Unpack all your stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys blow up pretty fast. You're on tour, you have this song on, and then the radio and everything is just like, that's it. Just start going. It becomes full time. Yeah. You have no other jobs. This is it.
Correct.
Damn.
For me, at least.
Yeah.
You
guys enjoying yourselves? You're doing the Warped Tour. You're doing other big tours, support tours, all that stuff.
Yeah. I think we had a lot of laughs. We did. I mean, there was a lot of dysfunction in the band, but we also had a lot of laughs, and that was great. Yeah,
and then that song, people coming out because of that single, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Waiting for you to play that cover song in the set. Sometimes you don't want to play it or just start the set with it, get over with.
And it's always like, I'm always like, can we not play Come On Eileen tonight? And people are like, you do know that the audience will riot if you don't play it. I'm like, oh, God.
Obviously play it at the end. All that stuff.
Yeah, we have to play it at the end or no one will stay for the fucking show.
But the records are selling, though, obviously, besides the single at that point.
At that point. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Yeah. And then we had like, we had Goodbye, and then we had and then
The World Is New?
The World Is New, yeah.
Yeah.
World Is New and Goodbye as well.
And then it's also like in that Mark Wahlberg movie too, in the soundtrack.
Yeah, it was in
the big hit. Those things helped back then like crazy. The soundtrack.
So much. It really helped a lot, and they paid well.
Yeah.
Too, which was good.
You guys toured with like Sugar Ray, Offspring.
Yeah, we did all that, and we toured
Goldfinger.
Yeah, Lit.
Lit. Wow, dude.
Isn't that wild?
They had the catchy ass song. They're still around too from Orange County too, right?
Yeah, we just played. We played Boo Ha Ha with them.
No way.
Yeah, we just played. They headlined Boo Ha Ha.
And they're killing it. Same dudes.
As far as I know,
with the big beard and the goatee. Wow.
The brothers.
Oh, the brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. The brothers. Yeah.
Yeah, they were huge, man.
Yeah.
So you played with them recently. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. I was like, wow, is this really happening? That's cool.
And then you guys, the Warped Tour, obviously, 98 and 2000. Those are great.
Yeah.
Crazy tours.
Yeah.
And then Were you guys in the 10 Things I Hate About You too?
Yeah.
Huge movie. That's crazy.
No idea that was going to happen.
Me either. I mean, I'm saying me either, that movie being big. It's still iconic. It's like a cult classic. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then you guys did Reverb on HBO. That's a big TV thing for you guys. And
yeah, we did all that.
And then late night TV talk shows too as well, probably.
Yeah, we did all those. Damn, we didn't do SNL though. But later I did get to sing on that stage.
Really?
Yeah, but not recorded. I got to sing somebody's sound check for them.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can't say who. And then the original band from Come On Lane, they were supportive of all this stuff. Obviously, they get their money from the song, but they were stoked and stuff on it.
I've never heard from...
Or talked to them, read them?
Never heard from Kevin. Never heard from him. I'm like, bro.
And you picked that song to cover?
I'm like, bro, we need to have a talk. Especially when I was living over there,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, where is he? Where's Kevin Rowland?
What if he's still there?
Yeah, no, he's probably not. He's in Birmingham. I mean, I spent a lot of time in London too, looking for him. But
and you picked that song to do, right?
Yeah, I did.
Damn, that's so crazy. You could pick any other song. That's pretty wild, man.
I love that song. I just remember when I was a little kid and that video came out on MTV, and I love them. I thought they were so cute.
Damn, are they still around playing shows and stuff?
Hell if I know.
So you toured that record for a couple years. Obviously, it's a big record, man. Right?
And it was what it was. It wasn't big comparatively to, I'm sure, to a lot of other records.
But 2 singles on the Billboard Top 100 or something.
Yeah.
It probably leads gold or platinum. Who knows?
Yeah.
Platinum internationally or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then did you guys take a break between the next record? And do you feel pressure to make a hit song for the next record?
Yes.
Damn. And it can't be a cover song because you already did that.
Fuck no.
It's going to be your own.
I'll never put another cover on a record again.
Damn.
Not that I regret it.
Yeah. We had one on a major label. It was a secret track. It was Like a Prayer by Madonna. And they tried to make it a single for us too after they pushed 2 other songs that we were against doing. We did a video for one song, played an absolute different song on Conan O'Brien, and then they tried to go for a cover song. It was so fucking stressful, dude.
Yeah, it was whack. It's so...
And ours wasn't even listed. It was a secret track, but yours was like, damn.
No, my favorite was like the next album. Then they made the title track the secret track on the album just because I wrote it.
Damn, really?
That was pretty fucked.
What the fuck, really?
Yeah.
So you're still in Epic then?
Yeah, and we put out Modified.
Yeah, that was 99, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean...
It was in the Scary Movie soundtrack, which is a big movie.
Yeah. You
guys get a lot of soundtracks. It's crazy.
Sony kills it.
With that,
with
right?
that, yeah.
Then they get publishing deals back then. All that shit was just crazy, man. Dude.
Yeah, that was
I hate
great.
the music business part of all this shit.
I think about what it was like in those days, and I mean, looking back, like as an adult, as a woman, grown lady now, I think.
Yeah, we're grown up.
I wonder, was it intentional on their part to sign us so young? To know that we had no idea what we were signing. To know that like that 200-page document, there was no way any of us would be able to understand what was in there, even if we hired an attorney. Like,
great point.
Yeah. And that so many of us like didn't even have the money to pay for a real attorney to take care of us at that time. Fortunately, we had a good attorney at that time.
So true.
But still, even with that, careful consideration, we didn't know that we were signing everything away.
Yeah, how long was the record deal? How many records?
It was for 3, but we got dropped after 2.
Okay.
No, it was for 2. Sorry, it was for 2.
Oh, that's good. You did 2.
It was for 2.
Yeah.
For 2, we did 2, and then
some of those like 8 record contacts. Some of those are crazy, dude.
Yeah, we got lucky. Like I said, we got very lucky.
So the second record didn't do what they wanted to do. Are you happy with the second record? What it did?
No. I mean, no, because it didn't have the same support as the first one. It just didn't.
Yeah.
I feel so out of breath. I'm so close. I'm like holding my breath. Like I'm so close to them.
You can pull back.
Yeah, I'm a heavy breather.
There's a lot of smoke outside, people. It's a crazy world.
I have a lot of allergies too.
You do?
Oh my God, so many. You
must
have no
be going
idea.
Crazy right now too with it. Yeah.
They're wacky right now. I need like earplugs to stick into my nostrils.
You do?
Yeah, like the foam earplugs just to stick into my nose.
From running?
It's just I have like nasal emergencies constantly.
Yeah, because it was super. He's talking about the ska wave and like.
Well.
Because it had that wave. Except for No Doubt, who just went beyond ska or whatever.
Well, I mean.
Dancehall Crashers too. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right about women-fronted bands. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, Dancehall Crash. I mean.
Yeah.
We were kind of like from our scene, because like our Orange County scene was what it was. Like there was so much coming out of there. There were so many.
Was there support from the community when you guys blew up like that?
Of course there was.
That's nice.
But, but then when I asserted myself years later, the support was,
No, I feel you.
There wasn't as much support.
Yeah.
But that being said, it was like we were trying to stay ahead of it, knowing that like this could be considered a fad.
Yeah.
And we were, like I said, we were so young, we didn't know what we were doing,
Yeah, what was popping at that time? What was, besides No Doubt, you guys? It was like on the radio, ska-wise, it was pretty big. Sublime, you said, yeah.
Yeah, it was just like Sublime and No Doubt, and then there was like
the Dancehall Crashers really didn't get radio like huge like that. No. They crushed it live on the Warped Tour. That's not we did tours with them with the Bosstones. Oh, the Bosstones were crushing it.
Oh yeah, the Bosstones. That's right.
Killing it.
Bosstones.
Let's Face It album. Yes, that was around the same time too, 97.
And then like after us came like Goldfinger and Real Big Fish.
Real Big Fish.
Goldfinger,
Sell Out With Me Again. Those are big songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Goldfinger, Real Big Fish, and then
Here in My Bedroom.
Yeah.
Goldfinger.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was a wave going. He's correct. There was a wave, and it went for like a couple of years, I think. Yeah. It's almost like the year punk broke with Green Day and Offspring. All that time we had too was before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so crazy how they come like that. Those different trends and
waves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I always think back to listening to those records with my sister. It was like the old specials records, her old specials records and stuff. And I think about, the fact that like K-Rock was fairly new. I remember being a kid and it being sort of a pirate radio station, and my sister trying to find it on the dial, the radio with me there, and me and everyone being really excited that all these British acts were now being played on the radio.
Yeah.
That, like, because like alternative, that was like the term alternative came about, But at that same time, it was like, punk and ska and new wave and all. And I think about it, and I think about how it always comes back around. Like it never went away, really. Mm-hmm. It never really went away.
There's still fans of that music right now.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere, yeah.
Always. Young, old, like.
Just because it's on the radio doesn't mean it's not, people don't care about it,
Yeah, and that was the biggest fear, was that when we didn't get picked up by Epic to continue, like, I mean, that was the people that claimed to have been the most loyal to Save Ferris in the band.
Yeah.
At that point, were like jumping ship. And my thing was like, don't go. Like, you don't understand how this works. Stay. Let's do this the way we did it in the beginning.
Yeah.
And we keep, we get to keep 100% of the profits at that point. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we already had this thing together, but they were like, it was the whole thing. I don't know if we were talking about this on air or not, but we were talking about how, like, you first start touring in a van, then you go to a bus.
Yeah.
And once you're in a bus, you never want to go back to the van again.
100%.
And you will, like, go broke or stop touring and break up rather than go back to that stinky, farty van.
Take all that tour support, owe it for all your records.
Yeah, for every record. And that was kind of the thing, was that you get kind of scared of, like, going back to this place in the beginning where you were. But I was thinking about how much fun we had. And how much fun it was, how much we liked each other. We liked each other so much more in the beginning, and
more time together hanging.
We were so trauma bonded. Yeah, we were touring in the van mostly, but also, I think the money definitely made things weird. And
so you guys are making money then. You guys are
doing good. All right.
Yeah,
we were doing all right, but the problem was that there was just I don't know if I didn't have any control anymore. So I wasn't making any more of the decisions. Everything
it was hard for you probably let go like that. Or just,
everything had been taken away from me. It was like
your baby. Yeah.
Yeah.
And your passion, and it's like, it represents you.
But I also didn't know how to not just give it away, you know, because I didn't know how to assert myself in a way that was like, I don't know, lasting. You know, I like I said, I just wanted everybody to like me. So I was just like, okay, all right, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings, cool. You can tell me what to wear. Cool, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody's feelings. But I forgot about my feelings.
Yeah.
You know, and
people pleaser.
Yeah, certainly, you know,
too,
but also the environment that I came out of was just that, like, I always wanted everything to be okay all the time.
Yeah.
You know, when everything around you is sort of like being lit on fire, you know, you're just kind of standing there as a kid and going, I just want everything to be okay. How do I make myself small and pleasing enough so that everybody will be okay and everything will be okay? And so that was the situation. Was there was just a lot of like, you know, I used to say it was like abusive behavior, but now I just realize it was just immature behavior. You know, it was just immature behavior. And so it was just very immature behavior. And I just wanted to make myself small so everyone would like me. And
plus, you guys are so young, like getting signed to a major. All of a sudden, you're on tour, you're on the radio, you're on TV, you're like nonstop touring. You're getting to know each other even more because now you're like, I don't know, traveling so much together. It's a lot, man.
Yeah, we had no idea. We had no idea how to handle any of it. And so, you know, it was like, all right, no more label, no more millions of dollars, you know, pushing everything behind you. Like, okay, everybody was like, well, it's over.
Damn.
It's over. And I was like, it doesn't have to be over, you know?
Yeah.
So that was a very difficult time for me because at that point I had to keep the band going and, you know, lost some people that I really loved.
Yeah. Was that like 2002 when the band actually broke up?
That was in like 2001.
Okay.
And then I kept the band going for a couple more years.
Yeah, for the fans tour. Yeah, and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just kept going. Just you, and you got new players and stuff?
New players, yeah.
Damn.
I kept a couple old, got new.
And so no label, just playing the songs you already had, no writing new stuff or nothing, just...
No, I mean, I could only manage for a couple more years because I was falling apart.
Getting burnt out, yeah, man.
I don't know if I was burnt out. I mean, I'll never get burnt out on playing live, but I was just literally like psychologically falling apart. Like, yeah.
Okay. It's a lot on you, a lot of pressure too, and everything probably putting on yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and also like a lot of stuff I hadn't processed.
Okay.
You know? So, and that was just eating me alive, I think now. Looking back, it's always 2020.
Kind of like running from it, just continue to go, not look back and just keep going. And yeah.
And the work was like amazing because it allowed me to not have to think about anything, but I was just self-destructing, so.
Were you partying back then?
Towards the end, yeah. A lot, like really bad. But,
yeah.
And then things just got worse after that, though. Things got a lot worse after that. It was when I stopped working that things got really dark, you know?
When you stopped?
Yeah, like when I stopped touring. And
did you have money saved up, or did you have to go get a job?
So I had money saved up, and then I had to get a job. And
that must have been really just going back to reality, because touring is such a fantasy, and being home is such a reality. Like
things got real quiet real quick. You know? I was like, wow, I have an apartment. Everything's been in boxes for 3 years.
You just on the TV, radio, at a hit song, all this stuff, and then it's like, then you go back to...
Yeah. I go back to my apartment in Hollywood, and I was like, I don't even know what...
Yeah.
What am I doing?
You're in this tour bubble for like a couple years, and it's just like... Yeah, man.
Like, how do I do this?
I know.
You know?
Where'd you get a job at?
I ended up working in entertainment business management, Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of in the mix of music, yeah.
Yeah, no, we had some musicians and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't like I can't say I was a business manager, but I was learning.
That's what my wife does now.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, for many, she works in Beverly Hills doing the exact same thing right now. She's been doing it for a long time, man.
We'll
doing the book. She's a bookkeeper, all that stuff, yeah.
Let's talk later.
Yeah, she loves that stuff. So then now you're just working, and there's like a pretty decent gap. Not really a gap, because then you kind of do a solo. Don't you do solo stuff too?
Yeah, I mean
2004 to 2008 with the Used, Lost Prophets.
Oh yeah, so I did a lot of work on other people's records.
On the records, Hillary Duff, Goldfinger, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what, writing or singing or just
singing?
Sick. Okay.
Yeah, mostly singing.
Damn.
So for like the next 10 years, it was mostly just singing on other people's records, and then.
Were you working with Feldy?
Yeah, I worked with Feldy.
He's the best, man. I
love him. Same
producer, man. Just like, that's cool. He kept you in the mix and obviously knew your talent and put you on some records. Hillary Duff's a big one. That's cool.
Yeah.
So now you're doing like behind the scenes kind of stuff. So you're working and you're still doing music and singing, using your voice. And are you missing the band and missing touring at that point, or?
Not really.
Yeah. Are you in touch with the band at that point either, talking to them?
No. That was not a pleasant separation.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to keep going and they didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I just felt like we had a fan base.
Yeah.
Still. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why jump ship and abandon everybody like that? But.
Especially because you've done it before without the labels. You were in a band before. You had no record deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of back to the roots and the beginning of it, like. Totally. Which you had no problem doing.
But the problem was that there was like a very, how do you say it? It was an inconsistent distribution of wealth and power, I think, within the band.
Oh, with different people that wrote some of the songs, all the stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
And I think that...
did you guys split everything equally? Like, okay.
The way that it was set up, I think, wasn't conducive to having a lasting relationship with each other.
I saw you got credits back on records and stuff like that, the songs you wrote, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is great. You got all that stuff back. Probably took a while, I'm sure, but just getting credit for the songs you actually wrote.
Yeah.
It's tricky when you don't split things up equally too, and then stuff like that. I know
it's hard. It's like you can't ask someone, you can't say to somebody, stay in this project with me when they are still living with their mom and dad, and we're adults at this point, and and they have no health insurance, and like you can't.
True.
You can't. But again, listen, I'm not saying I wasn't complicit and that I was complicit or not complicit, or that I didn't have any part in any of it.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that I tried, and I can also say that I saw the writing on the wall, and I can also say that I was powerless at that point. Like, it had all been taken away from me. So like I had no power, and every time I tried to like make a decision or bring the power back and say, hey, like this like distribution of wealth should be more equal for everybody so that we can continue being a band later on, or whatever. It was not a good situation. So
yeah, I feel like with bands too, it's like, one person may not write a song, but everybody has their thing they contribute to the band, whether somebody's doing the merch, somebody's driving, somebody's organizing, somebody's doing the book, somebody's writing songs. It's like, it's a family unit. And just as far as splitting things is concerned, I think it's like not every person's writing the song together. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody does their part and contributes to the band, the unit, the family.
Right.
And so that's why I feel like everybody should get credit for everything, especially, do you know what I'm saying? Like that's, absolutely. And that's what keeps bands alive. I've been in a band 30 years with almost the same dudes. We split everything equally. Yeah. Not every person writes the songs in the band, but Rusty can fucking fix the tire. He can drive. He can do all that. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
So it's like, I agree. It's a family unit.
Right.
But it must be hard. It should. As far as you went through, it sucks. Yeah.
No, totally. And like, I mean, I believed in us. I really did. I believed in all of us. Unfortunately, at that point, it was like, okay, Did
somebody own the name too? Okay.
No.
Gotcha. Gotcha. This shit sucks. See, that's part of the business. I hate all this shit. I feel bad because it's like you start a band because you love the music. You want to play. You want to perform. You want to sing. You want to be with your friends. You want to travel. It's all the other shit. The business of it's the worst, man. It's just.
It's not even so much. The business
the non-business
is the ego.
Ego, yeah.
that's the part that's the problem. It's like...
Which everybody has an ego at some point.
We weren't like smart enough to understand how to be cunning business people.
Yeah.
I mean, like maybe one of us was. I certainly wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't smart enough like to know how to be cunning and like undercut people and like steal. I had no idea how to do any of that shit. Like,
it's evil shit.
But I knew how to sort of, I knew how to see the big picture.
Yeah.
And
front the band and lead the band. And you probably had a lot of good connections with different bands and playing shows together. And you were out there with the people talking. You were the one, like,
I knew how to fight for the band,
and
too.
also a social person that probably had the connections and represented and fight. And
I knew how to write songs.
And believed.
And that was the deal, too, was that I would, that I was going to be involved in that. And I really wanted to write, and that was taken away from me. And I mean, just sort of everything was sort of taken away from me. And I think it had a lot to do with our management at the time, too. And there was just like conflicts of interest everywhere. And it was...
Were people talking through the management, too? Kind of?
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn,
so
man.
Ugly.
I hate this shit.
Yeah, and it totally... Yeah, it was really sad because it was just like, again, like none of us knew. Again, maybe one of us, I don't think any of us, like, as a unit knew enough about what we were doing at that point, because it had gotten so big that, like, none of us knew at that point enough.
But it's not like it's like there's like millions and millions of dollars at stake. We're like, we need this penny, we need this for that song and that song. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's interesting, man, how it works with bands.
Well, I was like, where's all the money going?
Got your business manager, your booking agent, your...
Yeah, but then the rest of it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Also, the tour support we get that we think is free, but it's not.
Hells no.
You get your PDs and your budgets and all that stuff. It's just like, you owe the record label forever.
Yeah. But, I always say, like, I don't regret any of it. Like, I don't regret it because there's like no bank anywhere in the world that would have given a 19-year-old a $1.9 million loan.
Damn. True.
To start a business.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's huge. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, that gave me a career. And as long as I was willing to fight for this band, and for the fans and for what I believe it meant to me, which was, again, going back to the first thing we were talking about, was like, I was a fan first.
Yeah.
So going back to that.
Oh, the music. Yeah.
As long as I was willing to fight for that,
Damn. And then you start the Mojo band too, your own thing, correct?
Mojo Wire, yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's something I haven't heard that name in a long time.
But you do it what? Just to get on the road and play music and just...
We didn't really go on the road.
Okay.
I just wanted to write some music and see what it was like to do a different style.
Yeah, for sure.
And,
with other people.
Yeah, with like other players, and it was cool.
That's
because
nice though.
Yeah, because that's how I found Patrick Ferguson, who ended up bringing back Save Ferris with me.
Really?
Yeah, I mean he.
You said Patrick Ferguson?
Yeah.
Is he related to Piper? No.
No. I always wanted to see something happen with that. Like, maybe you guys will do a DNA test and find out your cousins or something. Like, I thought that would have been cool. But so anyway, but yeah, no. And then so Mojo Wire, Patrick Ferguson, like he was the first person I called when I needed a guitar player when I was bringing the band back.
Was it nice to write songs and with other people? It's probably nice just to...
It was so nice. It took me a while to sort of, like not be shell-shocked about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because I felt a lot of, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of encouragement with the old band, but...
Were you insecure about writing songs?
I became insecure. I wasn't insecure in the beginning, and then... Like I said, everything just broke down in the end with
Sounds
those guys.
Traumatic how it all ended. It sounds really like, fuck, man.
For me, it definitely was, because I was, so sensitive.
Yeah.
I was so sensitive.
We're artists. We're all sensitive. I'm super fucking emo and sensitive all the time.
Yeah.
We're super sensitive people, man. We're beings. Yeah. We're creatives. That's what we do. Like, we fucking put ourselves out there and write songs and, like, put our heart on our sleeves. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
Yeah. And that's why, like, you know, people are like, oh, yeah, you know, you should just manage the band yourself. And so I'm like, cool. Yeah, I can totally do that for, like, a second.
Mm-hmm.
Because then, you know, like, I may have to assert myself, but then I go home and I cry myself to sleep. Damn. Like, that's the stuff that everybody else doesn't see. It's like, like I may stand up for what I believe in, but then I go home and I doubt myself. So it's like, for me, it's better if I put those roles in other people's hands. Yeah. If I can, you know. So. Yeah.
I feel you on all that stuff, man. Just, I don't know, man. It's like standing up and also being emotional about things, and I don't know, second guessing yourself and being a harsh critic of yourself and your writing and writer's block, and that's just being human, though. I don't know. I just put so much pressure on yourself, especially in the band, especially after the success you had too, as well. Yeah. And it's short and so fast. Yeah. Like, how many years you guys together before you break up? How long is that?
Like 6 years.
Yeah, it's not even that crazy long, dude.
Like not even that long.
It's not.
It's like a blip compared to other bands. It was just a blip in time, but
it's a lot.
But we did a lot in that short time.
I know.
You know, for us, like, we did a lot, and
just being in that moment too and enjoying it too. You think you enjoyed all those moments, or it just happened so great? Like,
I did have a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a great time, and I had a lot of laughs, and I just had a lot of funny stories. You know, that I'll always remember from those days, and
it's a big learning experience too. You're so young too, and just.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was, like, really cool. I think I wish I had more of a foundation. Like, I wish I had more stability in my life and like more just, I think I wish that I had more of a community around me. Yeah. You know, for support.
You felt alone during those times?
So alone. So alone.
That sucks.
Yeah. So that was hard. But then, you know, bringing the band back and writing songs and,
well, 2013 with the reunion or something, right? That was like 7,000 people at the Pacific Theater, Amphitheater.
Yeah. So it wasn't a reunion. I was hoping it would be, but it was not.
So was it you and some other people playing?
Yeah. I ended up having to hire a band.
Oh, like kind of last minute thing you thought it was supposed to be, and they switched up? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much, I mean.
Was it an awesome show?
Amazing. It was amazing.
I'm glad you did that.
Yeah, no, it was cool. It was a Save Ferris show. Like, nobody cared that it wasn't a reunion. Yeah. You know? It was weird. It was like, Save Ferris is playing. Okay, cool.
Damn, 7,000 people. That's crazy.
But after 10 years, it's like, people thought, I mean, they didn't remember what we all looked like. Like,
that's crazy.
You know, like somebody from another band had like.
And nobody else wanted to do it in the band. Just you.
I mean.
That's kind of crazy, man.
I can't speak for them, but I can tell you that their actions showed me that they didn't really care.
Yeah, I saw there was a lawsuit thing out, something like that for the show, for using the name.
Well, it's mine now, so.
Good for you.
So obviously.
Congratulations. How long did it take to get the name?
2 years.
Oh, that's not bad, yeah. Good.
Yeah.
This is not what I expect this conversation to be.
Yeah.
It's heavy, man. But it's heavy because you know, I know you, I know the band, I know the success, I know, but looking on the outside, obviously I know bands have other things, but like, damn, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. And but there was like a lot of damage.
Yeah, you did the counter lawsuit 2015, you got the rights back, all that stuff.
Yeah.
You got your writing credits back, all that. Good for you, man. Fuck. Damn, it sucks that it had to go that way to do that, but like, damn.
It was a lot. That was a lot again. It was like reliving all that trauma again from the past that was unresolved. It was like, are
you in therapy?
Me?
Yeah.
Not currently, but I was for 15 years.
Okay.
Which definitely helped.
Yeah, I just started doing therapy the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm the first person in my family to do it. Nobody's in my family ever done it.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Is it like a cultural thing, or
I don't know.
It's just a thing.
Maybe it's a trauma thing. I don't know. Like I just started. It's been very helpful. I need to go back soon this year. But yeah, it's just nice talking to a stranger. And I know I think it's a beautiful thing that we can talk about therapy. And it's like cool to go and talk about your feelings because people keep things, inside for years. But I feel like writing songs is very therapeutic for us too, though.
Yeah, I mean, I really always wanted it to be that for me. I wanted it to become a therapeutic process for me. And so it was like kind of a blessing to be able to hire a new band, So I had Patrick Ferguson, I had Joe Barry, I had Gordon, I had all of these like great players. I had Brad. I had all these great players that were like so supportive of me and kind.
Yeah.
These guys that were just like, I'd never experienced something like that before in a band. I mean, I had in Larry.
Yeah.
But not since I was a teenager, had I experienced something like that. Wow. So I had all this support, which is really cool. And Joe Barry would come twice a week or once a week, and he would sit with me in my condo out here in LA, and like he would just sit with me and he would help me just like process through the whole trauma and the blockage of the writing and stuff like that. And
wow, man.
So like the first song that I wrote by myself was this song called Goodbye Brother. And so for like 10 years when I wasn't singing, and I was just working in business management and singing other people's records and stuff.
Yeah.
But I wasn't on stage. My dad, who was a singer, which is the reason why I started singing when I was a kid.
It's awesome.
My dad was just like he had a beautiful voice and he loved to sing to us, his girls, my sister and my mom and I. But he never sang for anybody else, really. Not really. He was very shy. But so my dad would he would ask me for like 10 years, like, when are you getting back on stage? He really felt that was where I belonged. And so when I was like, Joe Barry would come to my house and he would we would do these things together. We would just talk and, light incense and, try and just like ease into the writing process, And so then I wrote this song, Goodbye Brother. And then with this band, we ended up recording another EP with John Avila.
Nice.
Which was awesome. And while we were doing that, my dad came out. And at this point, we had already like sold out Pacific Amphitheater,
This is a Checkered Past EP?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this was right before the Checkered Past EP. So my dad had already seen this like great sort of coming back of Save Ferris, and he was so happy about it.
At that big show? That's amazing.
Yeah. So we got to see all these great big shows, and it was really wonderful. For him, he was so excited.
So proud.
So I wrote Goodbye Brother, and then we went to record it with John Avila, and my dad sang on it.
Oh, no way. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm. And soon after that, he got sick, and then he died.
Jeez, man.
And then I had to go out on my first tour in like 15 years, something like that.
Was it Warped Tour 2017?
Yep. That was it.
Damn, man. That's
and
heavy.
I was lost, honey.
Jeez,
I was like,
fuck.
I thought I had my shit together, but like my marriage was destroyed. And
how long are you married for?
I was married for about 10 years.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. To my ex. And,
damn, man.
Yeah. So my marriage was like already over, and, yeah.
So
my dad died, and I was just like, oh, God.
That's a lot, man.
So I buried him, and then 10 days later, I went out on that tour.
Fuck.
I was like, what is happening?
Wow, man. It's
what
super heavy, man. It's beautiful you got the recording with your dad, though. That's awesome.
Dude, you have no idea. It was so great. It was so great. It's weird. It's like all of these things happen. Like in 2013, I had that huge surgery on my neck.
Mm-hmm.
And that was what, pushed me to bring the band back. Because I found out that I had to have my neck rebuilt in 2013.
What was that from?
I think it's some sort of degenerative thing in my spine.
Okay.
So I had neck and lower back problems for years and years and years, and just debilitating. And finally, like when I got married, I got like great insurance. So in 2013, I was like, I may as well just like get some
MRI,
imaging,
whatever.
an MRI, CAT scan, whatever done on this stuff.
I hate MRIs, by the way.
Oh.
I just had one. It was horrifying.
But like,
just your whole, just like your whole body in there, and like your feet hanging. I had him take me, and I was freaking the fuck out. I was like right in your head.
Yeah.
Then I found out there's these open MRIs. You can just go and it's totally open. Which I was like, fuck. I wish I.
There are those. Yes, I've done those before.
I feel like we're so advanced in science. Why can't we get like a quieter machine or something?
It's just something. Just something, just anything. I find it soothing though.
Really? You fall asleep in there?
Oh yeah.
What? You got a CAT scan too?
Yeah. I mean, I did freak out once. An
MRI?
Yeah. So I did. Yeah. So once, but that was before. But
damn. Okay, back to you.
Yeah. So I did. So they just
found some.
My neck had been broken for many years, and I had been just sort of walking around on a broken neck for many years, basically.
Wow, man.
And like all this calcification grew out of it, and it had grown into my spinal cord. So I had all this, because I was losing. The reason why I decided to finally do something about it, not just because I got good insurance, because I was losing usage of the right side of my body.
Wow. It's scary.
Yeah, it was not scary until I saw the doctor, and the doctor sort of looked at me like, is this really, like, he called the nurse, he called the nurse, and he goes, I need Monique Powell's imaging, please. And the nurse looked at the computer with the imaging on it, and she goes, that is Monique Powell's imaging. And he looked at me and he goes, how old are you?
Damn,
At the time how old was I? Like 35 or something like that. Like, however old. All of a sudden I start sweating a little bit, and he goes, 35. He goes, what do you do for a living? And I told him, well, I mean, I sing, I sing, and I want to, I'm a singer, whatever. And he goes, wow, we need to have serious talk.
Damn,
like,
man.
What is happening?
That's scary.
Yeah. He goes, I thought this was the imaging of an 85-year-old woman.
Wow,
I had
man.
no idea this was a 35-year-old woman's imaging. He goes, and the fact that you're going to have to, listen, you're going to have to get some more, you're going to have to get second, third, and fourth, and fifth opinions, because, like, if you need to ask yourself if you ever want to sing again. Like, how long, I actually had one doctor say to me, how long has it been since you put out a record anyway? Like, does it matter? Because like, you need to choose between walking and singing. Like, how much does music really matter to you anymore?
Wow.
Was basically what he said to me. And at that moment, something in my brain clicked, because my sister was there for this meeting with this doctor with me. This was like a third opinion I was getting, and something clicked, and I was like, I'm bringing the band back. Fuck you. Yeah. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Who next?
I love that. Did you get crazy surgery and everything?
I got crazy fucking surgery.
In your spine? On your spine and everything?
My neck. So instead of them going through the front of my neck, they had to figure out how to go through the back of my neck. Someone my age, which was not typically done at the time. And they had to create this thing in the back called a cage. And so I have 10 pins, 5 pieces of cadaver bone, and 5 bands holding my neck together. Yeah.
How does it even happen? Like, how'd that even happen?
They think something may have happened when I was. Well, they don't know,
like
but they think something
on stage, or like,
maybe
jumping up around stage.
Yeah, in heels.
Oh my God, that's right, dude.
Yeah, for all those years.
Fashion over function.
Yeah, right. I'm still like that though. I'm like, I'm wearing heels.
Oh my God, so that's it, like jumping around, all that stuff.
That, and maybe something happened. And also, I think my mom always had. She was like, my mom was always had back problems. So they think it may be congenital, not just congenital, but also genetics.
Damn, man.
Yeah, hereditary. Sorry.
Wow.
Passed down. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How soon after that did you have to get surgery? Like going to those doctors?
Right. Like they were like,
okay,
you need it now. Like if someone jostles you in the wrong way, you are paralyzed.
Oh man.
From the neck down. We cannot, like, you need to figure this out within the week. Like,
so
we
scary,
don't feel
man.
safe.
Damn.
So I ended up going back to that original doctor, and he was the doctor that did the surgery.
Oh my God, dude.
Yeah.
That's fucking scary, man.
Bless
how many years ago was that? When was that?
That was 2013.
Okay, yeah.
And so then, right before I went under for that surgery, I was like, I booked the show sight unseen. I was like, I don't care if these guys
show up or not,
if these guys show up or not.
You're going to be there.
Like, I know that I have as much right to the name as they do. And
7,000 motherfuckers showed up. It's crazy.
I was like, I have as much right to the name as they do. And I want them to show up. And
they're invited.
And they're invited. And
did you expect that many people? Did you know it was going to be that big?
No.
That's fucking crazy. You knew the venue was big, but it's like still.
Yeah. I also didn't think that I would get sued, and so while I literally came out of that surgery, and I couldn't lift my arms, like they didn't even know if I was going to be able to walk when I came out of surgery, much less use my arms or be able to hold my head up on my own. And so when they cut through that giant muscle in the back of your neck, it's like you don't realize how much you need it because your head's heavy. Yeah. You don't realize how much you need that muscle until you don't have it anymore. It's crazy. And that muscle controls like all your shoulder movements and then your arm movements. And so I was literally in physical therapy 3-4 times a week, learning how to use my arms again, how to hold my head up again. And then I get hit with the lawsuit. Terrible. And I was like, so this is how it's going to be.
Oh, man. How soon after that show you get the lawsuit?
Oh, no, the lawsuit happened like before the show.
Oh, okay. Damn.
When I was in physical therapy, like trying to heal to be able to play the show.
Was the lawsuit because you saw the show announced?
The lawsuit was, I can't get into too many details about it, but the lawsuit was because they claim one thing and I claim another thing.
Okay, yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah.
Just dealing that with people that you toured with and made music with.
Yeah.
It's just different sides of people.
Yeah.
So you don't talk to them anymore?
Fuck no.
Okay. That's it. So all these shows coming up, you have coming all new lineup, everything.
All new lineup.
Damn, man.
Yeah. And it's been weird. It's been weird, like being in charge, of so much. And I don't like it.
But back then you did. Back then you wanted to be, remember?
Back in the day,
when you first joined, you're like, I'm going to fucking...
Back in the day, I was like, I knew who I was. I felt like I knew what I wanted, and I felt like empowered in a way.
And you were 19?
Yeah. Well, no. At that point, I was like maybe 17, 18.
Oh, shit. So, even crazier.
No. I was like maybe 18 at that point. So it was like, I felt like I knew what I wanted at that point. And then it just got eroded through the years until I just completely did not even have any like self-esteem anymore. And it's just eroded. Just everything just chipped away at me.
Not feeling appreciated, respected, just all that stuff.
Yeah. And
you're doing more than you should be doing in the band.
Being around the wrong people mostly. Not knowing how to choose the right people in my life. Not knowing how to say no. And
seeing the good in too many people.
And also think, they'll change.
Yeah, same. I'm like that too, man. My wife hates it too.
Yeah, they'll change.
I can fix them.
Yeah.
I see the good in everybody.
It's always that feeling of like today.
I feel like it's a good quality, but it's very naive and kind of innocent and kind of, I don't know, something about seeing the good in everybody. Even right now, what's going on now? Like, see so many good people doing things, but there's also bad ones. I don't know.
Well, for someone like me who's like prone to depressive states, like I have to focus on the fact that like tomorrow is going to be a new day and tomorrow will be different. It will be. Yeah. And so every day I wake up and I think maybe today they will be different.
Yeah.
Maybe today they will change. And what I've realized is that I cannot base my life on expectations of anyone or anything else ever. Honestly, no more expectation. I can't live in the expectation that people are going to change or get better, or that today's going to be any worse. There's no future, there's no past. There's just right now. Yeah. And if I learn how to be in a state of gratitude for what's happening in this moment, at this moment right now, and see the good in things, I'll be okay.
Yeah. It's true.
That's the only way someone with a brain like mine can be, manage to wake up in the morning. Because my brain doesn't instantly want to be happy. My brain instantly wants to be like, self-absorbed and self-abusive and self-effacing and hard on myself and hard on the world and,
And you're sober now too, facing it all sober.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is cool, because alcohol just got messy.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It gets messy.
Yeah.
It's messy.
Was it hard to quit when you came back home?
Yeah, but this time, because I've tried quitting before.
Yeah.
A bunch of times. But, and I've been able to have lasting periods without it. This time was the hardest because my brain was dependent on it this time, not so much my body as like in the past, my body may have been dependent on it, not so much my mind. In this situation, it was my mind was dependent on it because my mind was like, I don't want to think about that. I don't want to feel that. I don't want to go there. My mind was the one who was just like, we need to have a drink, sis.
Yeah.
So my body was already so diminished from it all, but my mind was the hardest part to get over this time.
You feel like you're in a good place now?
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely getting there. A much better place. Much better place.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've had my stuff to deal with this time too. Like, I had periods of like complete anorexia while I was drinking.
Wow.
My weight has always fluctuated and food has always been an issue for me. But like when I was drinking, I was just not eating and I would just drink.
Wow.
So getting back and like getting my body healthy again and getting my levels normalized again after all that time of just not caring.
Yeah.
That was big. I just recently had to have a surgery for a portion of my stomach that was just destroyed from drinking.
Wow.
I had to have that fixed. And so, there's been a lot of recovery around it. But I think the biggest part for me was just what happened to my head. I think my head has shifted, and that's all I wanted. I just please let my head be okay.
Yeah.
I just want my head to be okay.
Are you doing like exercising now and change your diet and all that stuff or no?
No.
Are you drinking water? You sleeping good at night? You sleep good at night?
Yeah, I guess I sleep okay.
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I did change my diet because recently, dealing again with like getting my body back. It's a process. You can just destroy your body.
It also heals pretty fast too, though. The body's amazing.
It does heal pretty fast.
Yeah.
But like now I'm like, I have to take iron. I'm taking my iron pills. I'm taking my multivitamin.
Yes.
Doing all of that. So, and I feel much better. And my brain feels better and my head feels better. So
you take care of yourself mentally and physically.
Yeah.
I know. Is your diet good at eating more now?
I'm eating more now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am, right? Yeah.
You look good. You look healthy. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you some AG1s. You know what that is?
No idea.
It's these little packets. It's AG1 greens. You put them in your water every day.
Oh.
It's got all the vitamins you need for one day instead of taking pills. I'll give you something to try.
Oh, nice. Thanks.
It's so good. It's like a probiotic for your stomach too.
Oh, yeah. That'll be good.
Yeah.
I take that too every day. I take a probiotic every day and a multivitamin. And it's like a special multivitamin.
Are you a pretty anxious person? These days?
Yeah, I do. Lately I do. Yeah, I have anxiety only because there's a lot going on right now.
Oh yeah, sure.
But the anxiety isn't what it used to be, at all. It's like, okay, it's manageable.
Yeah, were you on medication for that too back then?
No, but I have been on medication for a long time for that stuff. Not for anxiety, but for depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. This is
a long time.
Such a
I'm an open book.
Deep convo. I love it. I did not. Yeah, it's like just knowing you from the music and the past and playing with you in your band. It's like just hearing the in-depth of the band. A lot of bands go through the same stuff, but just we're still here.
Yeah, we are still here. We are still here. We made it.
And you dropped the single too in 2024 too, like a Christmas song.
So I dropped a Christmas song, and we dropped
I think Lights Out in the Reptile House.
Yes, we dropped Lights Out right before that, and now
that was Xmas Blue. That was 2023. That's right. Yeah. It's one of the last songs.
Yeah. So
Save Ferris is still here playing shows.
And we're just we're gearing up for a tour for this spring. Gearing up for Europe this summer.
Nice. We'll be there too this summer.
Oh, awesome.
We'll play together at one of those festivals or something.
You're doing like the slam dunks or the...
Oh, yes. I did it last year. That was great.
Slam dunk's fun, right?
So good.
Yeah.
Do you love traveling still?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I love traveling. I love working.
Mm-hmm.
I really love working.
I feel like the work is travel and the fun is playing. Like all the travel to me is like the worst part. I don't like traveling and the jet lag and all that.
Yeah.
And then on stage it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But the 23 hours surrounding that is the work.
Yeah.
Sleeping, eating, saving your voice, just all that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, totally. It's like but I have a purpose, and I feel like when I'm on the road, I have a greater purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I know like what my focus is because I can see it that night in front of me or standing right in front of me, and I know who my focus is and what my focus is.
Yeah.
You are my focus. And so for the 23 hours, I'm just thinking about my focus, you guys.
Leading up to that
thinking
moment.
About you.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I'm home and I'm dealing with all this business shit, it's like...
It's the worst.
Dude.
It's the worst.
It's so bad.
I know.
I hate it.
And you deal with all of it. Yeah.
I mean, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it.
So you're the manager, you're the singer, you're everything.
Right now I am.
Yeah.
Not for much longer because
okay,
I'm, I'm not stupid. Like I'm not, this is just how it is right now because, I'd rather be my own manager than have shitty management.
Oh yeah, same.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like, cool.
Who really needs a manager in 2025? It seems like all the connections we have and the people and you have a booking agent, you're good to go. I don't know. You're not trying to be on the radio or get a hit song. No. You're not trying to fucking...
No, but there is, it's also, we're a ska band, so there's like a lot of moving parts and herding cats and tickling kittens and...
But I feel like with when we were young festival and all these festivals happening, I feel like it's a resurgence of all this shit.
It is, yeah.
Like it's a great time for Save Ferris right now, I think, and all these bands are still killing it and playing, and there's like so many festivals and
there's like we've actually enjoyed. Thank God we've been able to really enjoy. I've been able to really enjoy this as a career since 2013.
So you've been just doing music since then?
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's great.
Thank God.
Have you done Riot Fest before?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Riot Fest was awesome.
I can see you guys doing Riot. Yeah, it's great. We did it too. It's so good.
I loved it.
So many things happening in music. Did you pay attention to like new bands and stuff?
Not so much.
There's a lot right now.
Not so much as I used to. I do. It's hard because I love a lot of music, so I listen to as much as possible.
All kinds of music, yeah.
But I just got a new record player.
Nice.
For Hanukkah.
Nice.
So now I'm just listening to records.
Like older stuff or whatever?
Lots of older stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of women-fronted bands now, too.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You heard of Scowl?
Have I heard of that band, Scowl? Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course.
Killing it, man.
Yeah, they're doing great.
And Gel, Buggin'. There's so many female-fronted hardcore bands now. It's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
There's so much diversity in the punk and hardcore scene now. That's pretty awesome.
I love that.
Yeah. Super thrive, especially in California, too.
And it's such a great time to be in a band and to be a lady in a band. If that's what you'd like to call me.
No, for real.
I prefer being called a broad, but
you really like the old school terms.
I like them old school terms.
Broad. I think you say broad anymore. Get canceled for saying broad anymore. That's such old, like, Archie Bunker shit, isn't it? It's like
what does it even mean? Are you referring to my broad shoulders? Like, where did that even come from? Like, what's the origin of that terminology for a woman?
It doesn't make any sense.
She's a broad. Does that mean she has, like, broad hips? Maybe. I don't know. We'll have to research that.
What the fuck does broad mean anyway? Wow. I don't know.
Until somebody tells me I can't be one, I'm going to be a broad then. But yeah, no, it's a great time because I like it. I feel so proud now and so happy to be a woman and to I love all these other women doing this stuff, and I love us being more supportive of each other than we ever have been.
Do you feel support like the community is very supportive of each other? For sure.
Yeah, mostly younger girls too.
Yeah.
Younger, like our demographic has just expanded exponentially.
And they get respect for you. You're the OG now. You're the legend OG now in the game. You are though to these girls for sure.
That's weird.
Well, you've been around for. I mean, I don't know. It's true.
Yeah, like 30 years now.
It's crazy, man. What a crazy journey and career. I know, it's wild. We started in 94, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, really? 94 for you guys?
We just had an anniversary last month, 30 years, yeah.
Damn.
That's so crazy, man. I'm 54. It's like over half my life in this band. It's wild.
Yeah, it is wild, right?
We're like big kids. We get to do what we love, though. It's pretty awesome.
That's
why I feel like we never really become full adults. We have responsibilities, but we get to do this thing where it's just hard to explain to civilians. Or I sing in a ska band, I sing in a hardcore band. It's still as big as it is when you're talking to someone in the airplane. Like, what do you do? Like, I'm in this band. I don't know. We sound like Green Day or Metallica mixed. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Just we're part of this subculture. We're part of this weird world that's like not many civilians know what it is.
Right. And it's kind of
I love that shit, dude. It's a secret club still.
Yeah.
Even though it's big, you had success on TV. We have turns to all these huge bands. Knock Loose. You heard of that band, Knock Loose?
Mm-mm.
There's this hardcore band, Knock Loose. They just played on Jimmy Kimmel
a
couple months ago. They're huge. I saw them headline 6,000 people at the Shrine.
Mm-hmm.
People were moshing in the crowd. It got so crazy that people that watched the show from their homes around the world were asking Jimmy Kimmel to give an apology because they were so shocked by the singer's voice, by people stage diving in the pit. I was like, this is so punk. Like, punk is still alive. It made me so happy.
Oh,
you can Google this shit. It's crazy. Kids were going. It was like a nasty mosh pit on national television. I thought it was beautiful in 2024.
Oh, I like that.
Like, to me, that's like punk is still shocking. Do you know what I mean? I love that shit.
Absolutely, it should be.
Even though we're civilians and like we're adults, we have responsibilities. We pay our mortgages. We fucking all that shit. We're still like these subculture kind of weirdos. I don't know.
I mean, I can show you.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like every time I post a crotch shot on my like social media, like really up close and personal of me like half clothed on stage with like a camera in my
Courtney
crotch.
Love style. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like
that was crazy back then.
There's no pubes involved.
She used to post straight up, no underwear. It was crazy back then.
Yeah, that's some woo stuff. But like for me, like you can sort of see the outline of the pubes, but not really. Like you can't really, you got to really look for them.
You got to zoom in on that
Every
shit.
time I do that, I go, I can't believe it. I'm almost 50 fucking years old and I'm posting this shit on my social media. I love it. It's kind of sick. Yeah. So sick.
I respect it.
This is sick. I'd certainly respect me. I don't care if I don't have any followers. I'm just going to do it.
Are you
post pube shots of myself all day long.
Are you on social media a lot?
No. I pay someone to do it for me.
Oh, fuck. That's great.
Yeah. I feel like people like that are prone to depression need to really check that shit.
I think what you just said, the whole world should listen to because it's fucking up a lot of kids. And I can't imagine being a kid growing up, not being outside like we were. I was out skating. My son does surf and all this shit, but they're on their phones. They're just getting bullied on their phones. Just everything. The pressure of how you're supposed to look. Politics.
And they're so sensitive, this generation. So God bless them. I love them for it.
It's such a necessary evil.
For it. We need this generation to be present for the world. Like,
I feel like they are. I feel like they're pretty badass. A lot of the young kids.
They are so badass. I love them so much.
And they speak out against shit and they fucking protest and they have voices. They do. It's beautiful. Yeah. But so social media, you're not checking DMs. You're not looking at comments. You're not none of that shit.
No. I mean, every once in a while.
You could care less about the comments.
Yeah, every once in a while, I will like jump on and just be like, I'll talk shit about something. You know?
Yeah.
Like recently, I just talked shit about someone.
About someone?
About someone, yeah.
You're badass. You're so not what I expected. I knew you were badass, but still, dude. Fuck, you're still just jumping on, talking shit, stirring up shit, and then getting off.
I did. I'm just like, you know what? I'm too old. I'm too old to like not stick up for this band anymore. Like,
oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but
yeah, like you've been through the lawyers, you've been through the lawsuits. Everybody got what they were supposed to get. Okay, let's move on.
I'm too old to give a shit about what anybody has to think of me anymore.
Same. I don't give a fuck, bro. Dude. I care about my wife and my son, what they think. That's all I care about.
I used to care so much.
Me too.
So much. And
we have to because we're artists. We're sensitive souls.
Yeah, so sensitive.
One comment fucking up your whole day.
Dude, you just 100 nice comments. To like you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't care about that no more. If you don't like you, don't like
No, but it's taken me, like I had to make some hard decisions, like no more social media. Like you can go on, like you can supervise to a certain degree. People are like, why doesn't your social media do more? I'm like, I don't care. I don't, I wish I like whatever it is, what it is. Like it's what I have right now. It's what I can afford.
I mean, to promote a show, it's great.
Yeah, it's great.
Promotion's great.
Mm-hmm. And so I pay someone.
That's smart
to do that, and every once in a while I'll jump on and just
talk some shit,
talk some shit, and
stir
just
some
be
shit.
Like, out, just
drop the mic,
drop that like invisible mic,
talk some shit and then leave,
and then
touring this summer.
Yeah, so we're in Europe this summer, but then we're also doing some like Midwest tour. We're doing Midwest tour, spring.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Have you heard of Ian Fidance?
No, I don't know anybody.
He's a huge comedian, and you're one of his favorite bands in the whole world. He's a massive comedian.
Really?
He's a ska freak. He claims to be the king of ska. I'm going to connect you guys. Like you guys are in this list of bands he loves.
Shit.
Yeah, he's like unapologetically a massive ska fan. He defends ska online.
I love that.
He's a really great comedian. He's like...
That's why we came up with ska now more than ever,
Yeah.
Like Pat Ferguson came to me one day. He was just, because I remember just being like, oh man. I remember like, I don't want to get political, but it had to do with politics some years ago. And I just remember we were all sort of like, oh God, now what?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Sorry, a little secret.
It's all good. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So anyway, so it was
people listen would know. They know.
Yeah, they know. So it was like the first time around, and we were all sort of like, what now? And I was like, well, now we just have to make our shows even better,
Totally.
Like, and we need to understand, because for me, I had to really come to terms with the fact that like I didn't have to be the coolest lady. Broad around,
nothing to prove, man.
And I didn't have to be playing the coolest music, and I didn't have to be in the coolest scene. But what I really wanted to do was, have a purpose and a meaning in people's lives.
Yeah,
and hopefully it would be a positive one. So that's when Patrick came up with ska now more than ever.
I like that.
Like we need ska now more than ever.
Totally. We'll dance and smile together. Yeah.
It's like we just kind of need it more now. Like we need to go to live shows. We need to experience life. We need to experience music. We need to be moved by something.
Yeah. Music's so essential.
Art, music.
Like during the pandemic when like they were naming all the essential things, I'm like, when are they going to mention music? Like it's at the bottom of the totem pole. I'm like, is music ever coming back? It brings so many people together. It heals people. It's fucking beautiful, man.
And the moment someone comes to one of your shows or to a Save Ferris show and they experience that for the first time, they're never the same again.
Absolutely.
So it's never gonna die. It's never gonna go away because we are the medicine for so much that ails people. We are the medicine. I'm not saying that we're saviors. I'm not saying that we're healers, but what I'm saying is that we're like conduits for this like wonderful possibility of like people having this awe-inspiring experience,
to escape all this outside shit, to this negative, crazy world.
That's all I want. I just want
man.
I just want you to come and just forget about all that shit for 65, 75 minutes.
You guys play for 75 minutes? Wow.
You're
I play for like 40 minutes.
40 minutes. You're shitting.
No, like
that's not fair.
Like 40, 45 minutes and shit.
How do you get to only play for 45 minutes?
know.
But I gotta play. See, women. It's because I'm a woman.
Because you care more.
Like, I have to work 3 times harder than you.
But there's hardcore bands now, they play for 28 minutes and the headline sold out shows in LA. 28-minute sets, dude. These young kids have no attention span for anything longer than that. It's pretty cool, though.
But I always say, I'm like, they're like, will you play a 95-minute set?
Man.
I'm like, suck my, left one. Like, I'm in heels. That's like 6 costume changes.
Oh,
like,
you change your shit up. That's right.
Yeah, I changed my shit up.
Damn.
So it's like, 95 minutes, like 6 costume changes. Do we even have enough music to like? And then I'm like, I don't think the Beatles ever played longer than 45 minutes.
Probably not.
I swear to God, I think you can Google that. I don't think they ever played a set longer than 45 minutes before they were the Beatles. Yeah, like when they were in Germany and doing their shit in Germany and playing cover songs and shit like that. Like
2-hour sets are crazy.
They played like 4-hour sets. That's how they got so good. But then when they became the Beatles, they were like,
fuck that.
They just hit it and quit it. They
Yeah.
just 45 minutes and they were out of there.
All killer, no filler.
Yeah. I mean, that was the longest set they ever played, I think.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I could be
some
wrong.
knowledge on this podcast.
Yeah, Google me and tell me if I'm wrong.
Metallica play like 2 hours, I think. It's crazy.
Yeah, I can't do that shit. No,
man.
I just no, dude. Like I listen. I want people to get their money's worth, but I also understand that like for me, it's about quality over quantity.
I agree. Same.
I want to give my best.
Just want to hit you with all the,
I want to give you all the best of what I got.
Mhm.
And, 3 hours in, like Bruce Springsteen style,
dude.
like 3 hours in, I'm not giving you my best anymore.
No, dude.
I'm giving you old, tired,
going
haggard,
through the motions.
half naked, 50-year-old this bitch on stage with the wig half off.
Springsteen's got hits though for that many hours. He's sitting down too. Like we're not sitting down.
Does he sit?
Probably with his acoustic guitar or something. I don't know.
I don't think
Maybe.
so. I mean, maybe for a minute. And who doesn't take a pee break in 3 hours?
Yeah.
Because you have to drink your liquids, right?
Yeah.
You could just be like me and just pee yourself. And just say fuck it.
I pee on bottles sometimes on stage before I go on. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but you do what you got to do.
Yeah.
When you're on stage.
You do what you got to do.
I heard of some people back in the day pissing themselves and stage diving in the crowd. That's totally fucked up. It's true stories I heard. Really punk rock shit. Let's get some quick questions. Do you have any major regrets in your life?
These are hard for me. Like, these are hard because I feel like I'm on the spot. So major regrets.
We'll come back to it if you want.
Let me think. Major regrets.
You seem like a person who really doesn't, and you kind of fucking just things you lived through, and you're fucking.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I can't think of any.
See, that's dope. Yeah, a lot of people are like that. You've lived through all those experiences. You know
I
what I mean?
can't think of any.
Yeah, that's sick. That's a great place to be. I don't have any either, man.
Yeah.
Are you an optimist or pessimist?
I'm forced optimist.
Okay. My wife says realist.
I'm a practiced optimist.
Practice optimist? Yeah, even through all the shit you've been through and stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had to teach myself how to train my brain to be optimistic.
Yeah. That helps. What was another question? What about some daily rituals you have? Are you a coffee person?
Yeah.
How many coffees a day?
At least 2. And
Black coffee?
Nope. I put what I call the white shame into my coffee every day.
So could be milk or almond milk or any kind of white?
The white shame?
What is that? Cream?
That's vanilla coffee mate, baby.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that? I'm not, yeah. I was a coffee person. I'm not anymore.
It's the white shame.
Coffee gave me anxiety, man. It made me fucking jittery and made me crazy, man.
Coffee makes me like normal.
Really?
Yeah, it brings me back.
You can go to sleep on coffee, like have a coffee late in the day?
Oh, yeah.
So what is it? It's a ritual? Because it's not the caffeine for you then.
No, I just like a hot drink in the morning, like a hot, creamy, soothing drink in the morning.
Do you read books? You read a lot?
I read a lot. I mean, not physical books anymore so much. I kind of abandoned that.
And the Kindles?
No. I mean, I read a lot on my computer.
Oh, yeah.
I do read a lot every day, and I'm very I try and stay up to snuff on stuff if I can.
What was your last real job you had? Was it the business management? That was your last real job? You had a boss?
That may have been it.
Yeah.
That may have been it.
That was a long time.
Can't think of anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that may have been it.
Do you have top 5 artists, ska bands, or inspirations?
Oy. God, there's so much music.
Some ones when you were young, or just something really inspired you to?
I mean, I always go back to Bowie.
Sick. The best.
Always Hunky Dory. Always Prince 1999 or Purple Rain. Always.
Oh my God, Purple Rain.
My whole life. Always Devo. Are We Not Men? Always Devo. Always Specials. First Specials record.
Oh yeah.
Elvis Costello.
Nice. It's great ones, man.
Always. I mean, those are the old, those are the always for me.
Prince was amazing.
When my record collection was burnt up in a fire, these are the first records that I decided I would be purchasing.
Oh, okay.
Clash.
Yes. Like the Buzzcocks?
Oh, I love Buzzcocks.
Sick.
Of course. Any punk, any pop band that sort of runs in our scene or whatever, or tries to write a pop song that doesn't love the Buzzcocks.
I know.
You're
kind of originators of the pop kind of vibe, yeah.
Yeah.
Prince too. Nobody really mentions Prince on the pod. I love Prince, dude.
I just saw that you have some artwork right there with him on there. I
have a portrait of Prince's face on my butt.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I do.
Did he see it before he
died?
No.
One butt cheeks Robert Smith, and one is Prince looking at each other on my butt cheeks.
Really?
Thanks to Kat Von D, she did those, yeah.
Is it because you love them, or
I
because
love them.
you?
No.
Okay.
I fucking love Prince, dude.
And you know what the thing about Robert Smith is?
Oh, I love to kiss. I love to hug Robert Smith, dude.
Dude,
I love him,
just
dude.
okay. First of all, I have a Robert Smith portrait.
I have a man crush on both. Okay, go.
He can write a pop song.
Of course.
You can play a Cure song. Robert Smith, right?
Yeah.
The Cure.
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure. Oh my God, I'm not.
What other Robert Smiths is out there?
I mean,
the new record's incredible too.
I don't know. I haven't heard it.
First album in 16 years.
I haven't heard it.
Okay.
Oh my God, I need to hear it.
Super emo. Oh my God. Okay, go. Tell me the story.
Yeah, it was weird. It was so I was introduced to him by Neville Staple from the Specials.
Introduced to Robert Smith?
Yeah, by Neville.
What?
And he was so mean.
What?
And I loved every second of it.
What year was this? A long, long fucking time ago?
This was 2020 maybe.
Oh, fuck, recently.
Recently?
You said 2020. It's only 5 years.
I'm sorry, 2000. What am I saying?
I'm like, what?
Wait, hold on. Not 2020.
Okay,
sorry.
okay.
No, not recently.
Okay.
It would have been 2000. It would have been maybe 2000.
Damn.
Sorry. I don't know why I said 2020.
And where were you?
I think it was the WHFS festival.
In D.C.?
In D.C.
Oh, yeah.
I think
WHFS.
it may have been.
That's sick.
Oh, God, I'm so bad with this stuff. But
That's
I think
okay.
it may have been that. And so the Specials were playing, and we were playing, and Cure was playing. And
dude.
And yeah, so Neville introduced me to him. Robert Smith came to because we had a dressing room with the Specials together because they're my friends. So
he came into the room.
So he came to find
floated
Neville.
into the room.
He floated into the
with
room
his hair.
to find Neville. And he was kind of mean to me, and he walked away, and Neville was just like...
You shake his hand or something, or meet him, or...
Neville introduced me. This is my friend Monique. She's in this band, Save Ferris, and he was sort of like, huh. I found it very strange that... What was it? That either our set was the same amount of time as the Specials, or maybe we're playing after the Specials. Maybe the Specials were playing before us, something like that. And Robert was offended by that, I think. And I was like, I didn't have anything to do with it. I swear,
wow.
Mr. Smith. I swear, it had nothing to do with me.
That's weird. I was like, maybe he's having a bad day or something. I don't know, that's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this has nothing to do. But he was right. There's no reason why Save Ferris should be playing after the Specials or a set as long or longer than there's no reason why.
I wonder how he knew that though. saw the time sheets or something?
Yeah, because he wanted to watch the specials play. But at that time, we had just invited the specials to come and be a part of our set with us because Neville was putting out his specials record at that time.
Did he pass or is he still with us?
Neville's still with us.
Okay.
Terry Hall passed. But,
you ever meet Prince?
No, but no.
You ever seen him perform live?
No.
I saw him twice, and the one time was on stage at Jimmy Kimmel, and my wife was gonna squeeze his butt because my wife loves him, and he's like right in front of us, and there's all these security. I told my wife don't, because he has like a cute little butt, and my wife was gonna grab his butt. I was like, do not do this. We're gonna get kicked off the stage. He was like right in front of us with his high heel shoes. It was very surreal, man. It was incredible.
Whoa.
And the other time he had an all girl band, and we got to go to the show and walk right up to the front. We could touch his shoe if we wanted to. He was like right there, but.
That's
Purple
so
Rain
cool.
is my top every movie. I could watch that and still cry and still watch it every fucking day. Purple Rain's incredible, man. Masterpiece.
Such a great movie. It's total masterpiece.
And he's an underrated guitar player too. He's an incredible musician. I want to go to the thing where he's from. What is it?
Minneapolis?
Yeah, well, like his
First Avenue?
No, I've been there, played there. You played there too,
yeah,
probably.
We played there.
No, like his like home museum, whatever, at his house. They have like a whole.
Oh yeah.
I want to go there so bad, dude.
Paisley Park.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to
do
go.
that. Yeah, me too.
Tony Kanal had a great story he told when he went there with No Doubt, and they were going to work on some songs, and he was asking about what they wanted to eat, and everybody said hamburgers. He's like, "Don't serve meat here," because Jehovah Witness.
Oh right.
That's the first time Tony heard about like vegetarianism back then, whenever, but kind of crazy, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, right.
That's cool.
Yeah, Prince gets. I fucking love Prince, dude. That's a whole other podcast. All right,
Me
so
too.
shows this year. Will there be new music from you in the future?
Oh yeah. We're
Okay.
gonna be coming out with something within the next 6 months, hopefully.
Okay.
Something.
I'm glad to have you in my kitchen. This has really been nice talking to you and getting your story and fucking. It's nice.
It's been great.
It's nice knowing people like throughout the scene and throughout the years, and then actually talk to them face to face like this,
Yeah.
and getting their story. Very heavy, sad story. But I'm happy that everything worked out for you.
Yeah, me
And
too.
you're in a good place, and you own things, and you got credits to things you deserve. Like.
Yeah.
But for the listeners, it's like it's not always what it looks like on the outside in bands. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of moving parts and egos and attitudes, and I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Being
true.
in bands is a very interesting thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's like
And you guys never broke up, though, really. Well, you took a break, kind of. Did you announce a breakup or just hiatus?
no, they. I mean,
They did. You didn't. You never broke up.
I kept going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
they left.
you're the singer. It continued. It never stopped. Yeah.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
I just went through my periods of, various stages of healing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're in a good place.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad
you're
I'm in a good
sober
place
and
too.
fucking like you going to fucking Peaky Blinders Lane was really crazy. That was right off the jump.
I'm thinking about going back soon.
There's some good show. I like playing shows. The shows are sick there.
The shows are great there. Yeah, I'm excited to go back this summer, and maybe I'll be moving back there. Who knows?
Damn, see what you guys do.
We'll see what
Thank
happens.
you for being here too, sir. I appreciate your time. Did you learn some things about her today you didn't know, maybe? Okay. I haven't heard it all. She got the stories correct?
Yeah, did I get it pretty correct?
No, she fucking killed this shit. That's cool. That one record you guys, you do like a pledge music campaign. You raise money for it. That's cool.
Yeah, for that first one. Yeah,
That's
that
pretty
was cool.
sick. I remember bands were doing that. People were putting money up for records.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's really cool.
That was like the first EP back in all those years that Checkered Past.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that for that one.
Does it bring up memories talking about like this, about all this stuff you've been through and stuff? Is it
Yeah
hard to talk about things, or is it therapeutic? Is it?
No. I'm actually like I'm kind of an open book about a lot of stuff. I get anxiety about time frames though, because I have terrible memory when it comes from like what year things happened or how old I was when it happened.
That's why they have interwebs. It's everything's wrong. Everything's wrong with Wikipedia too. It's all wrong.
I do, and I doubt myself a lot when it comes to my memory, like that kind of memory stuff.
Yeah.
Years and times and dates. But I get it within the time frame. So
yeah,
I'm okay.
I think the fans know. They know more things than you know.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Save Ferris fans out there, and nice to have you on here. You can't reach her anywhere. She's not on social media. She doesn't run her account, so you can't reach out to her.
You can.
She might check them, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have social media people who send me.
But you're not on Twitter or nothing.
Well, we have. So Save Ferris has all of that.
Okay.
I just don't do that. I'm
I
not on
that
it
so
on
much.
A daily basis.
I think people that go through anxiety and depression should take note from you right now and like really realize that like it's not a good place for people, you know?
I don't think it is.
I think it's causing more damage than good for a lot of people, for sure.
I think so. I mean,
and we're so desensitized to everything. We talked off the pod about like with politics and division and everything happening now and online, how everything looks so much magnified and negative. And
yes. And you know, I think I've learned some pretty decent tools in all the years that I've had to try and on all the different recoveries that I've gone through.
Yeah.
And, you know, physical, mental.
I've been through a lot.
Psychological, like all of it. And all the different recoveries, I've just learned to be present, to be in this moment. If I'm like scrolling shit online, I am not present. I'm not in this present moment. I am in somebody else's moment. I am in my past. I am in anxiety about my future somewhere. I'm not doing enough, or, you know, I'm in some sort of judgment about like, oh, well, their life looks so great. And like,
so true,
you know,
yeah.
And it's all a lie. It's just
a lot of it is
a lie.
Smoking mirrors and shit. Yeah. And it's a teeny part of who people really are too. You know, online, it's like not real life, you know.
Well, when I say it's all a lie, it's not you that's lying. It's my brain that lies to me because my perception of how you're doing is always going to be a reflection of how I'm feeling in that moment.
Yeah.
And so it's magnified. If I'm I'm feeling depressed, if I'm not feeling very good about myself and I'm scrolling, then my brain is going to magnify all of the things that I'm seeing that could potentially make me feel worse.
Yeah.
And why would I expose myself to that?
I know.
It's dangerous for someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I mean, for me, it was just like a well-being, like, it wasn't just about my well-being. It was like I had to make a decision to not do it anymore.
Smart
I was
decision.
so tired of just feeling awful all the time. I had to make some really serious choices in my life.
I love it. It's interesting when you say like you see how somebody else is doing. We really don't know how people are doing on social media because it looks a certain way. They could be totally depressed as well, like you, but they're putting out these images and they're really not like that. And so like I feel like people don't check in enough on their friends. I'm the most friend punisher ever. I text my friends all the time. I check in all the time. It's a known thing that I'm a check-in punishing friend with love, because just because it looks like they're doing something on social media doesn't mean anything what's really happening behind the scenes. And so nobody checks anywhere. Oh, he's there. He's at the beach. Oh, he's traveling with his wife. That doesn't mean shit unless you're really talking to the person or texting them. But people don't do that no more because they see that and they go, okay, they're good. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But not everybody's good, man.
I know, because I'm like guilty of it too. I mean, I think that's why I'm so much more of an open book now. I really had a hard time being honest with the world about like what was really going on or who I really was or whatever. It's like,
you want to please everybody.
Yeah, I
want to be
please.
liked.
I want to please everybody. I wanted to look right. I wanted to sound right, and I didn't want to disappoint anybody. You know, in this, like, you know, by imposing my reality upon them, because the way it looked to me was that like everybody else who was in my line of business had everything perfectly worked out.
Yeah, which is not true.
Their bodies were perfect. Their faces were perfect.
Not
their
real
lives
bodies
were perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's how it appeared outwardly.
I know.
So for me, it was like, if I can't maintain that, then I've failed, you know?
Yeah.
And
that
what
sucks. That's a lot of pressure on you. It sucks, man.
But this is why I love punk rock.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that's why I love growing up with that music and having punkers in the house.
You don't have to be perfect or want to be perfect.
My sister's friends coming over, like, you know, like 2-foot tall Liberty spikes and shit when I was like 9 years old. It was so cool. Like they were so cool.
Yeah.
And they were like, fuck everybody.
Yes.
If you don't like it, you can fuck right off, you know? And like, so that's sort of where I am. And now I'm just like, occasionally I'll throw down like an amazing crotch shot for the world to enjoy. Like, here's my 48-year-old crotch.
Still going. Still here.
Take it or leave it, motherfucker.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's how I end this podcast. Check out our crotch shots. But I love that you're in a good place. I love that you're happy. I love that you're sober. I love that you got all the shit back that you deserve and you're supposed to have. And it's nice to see you and have you here and really meet you, you know?
Likewise, and thank you.
Your time.
Thank you for letting me cuddle your Stella.
She didn't fart on you either, so usually when she farts on people.
Oh, she did. She laid one on me down there. She was down there, and I was like, I hope Toby doesn't think this was me.
Okay, so listen. So now you're like in the top 10 guests who've been farted on, and it's a great group of people.
Yeah,
I'll tell you some off the pod.
She's relaxed.
If she farts on you, she's so comfortable.
Yeah, it means that she loves. She feels comfortable with.
But you're in the special top 10 farted on by Stella. Shout out to Stella. Okay, thank you for your time. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. You're a badass. Thanks. And I'm glad we reconnected. And thanks for sharing your story.
Likewise. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos. I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg. It's still a childhood memory for me. And I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much. Didn't give me much details or anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years to have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH20 and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Over 600,000 removal treatments done. 100 locations. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art Pico-Way laser technology. Cryotechnology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is an over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all on this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out.